We have seen the dancers perform. Let us now hear their voices. Vote of Thanks by Minolini and Kayathri.
Good evening. For us, performing our engagement in front of you tonight has been one of the best moments of our lives. There are no words to explain how we both feeling at this moment.
A year ago, when we embarked upon this journey, we thought the concept of an hour engagement was just to learn a few pieces, then perform them, but it's definitely not that simple.
We've learnt that an hour engagement is not simply a graduation ceremony, but a whole journey comprised of many stages. It's been an incredible and almost surreal experience, and we are starting to feel disheartened that it will soon be drawing to a close.
As you all know, to see the final product tonight, many people both physically and spiritually have been involved.
First and foremostly, we thank Amma for having first immersed us into the realms of South Indian fine arts. Her interest in making sure that we appreciated the art forms to their full extent is undeniable to everyone who knew her personally. Therefore, without her guiding us through our introductory steps, we would definitely not be here tonight. Despite her not being able to be with us today on the most important day of our lives, we know that she showers her blessings from up above and hope we've made her proud.
We would like to thank Maldi teacher, who has exceeded her duties as a guru and has literally been there for us whenever we needed her. Not only has she been an excellent guru, but also looked after us. Never failing to put a smile on our faces, she's been the best teacher ever. We will never forget the famous question that she asked during our practices. Students of Maldi teacher who have done their Arangitam will definitely be familiar with this phrase.
We are eternally grateful for what she's done and sacrificed for us, and will always be in our hearts no matter what happens.
I also have to mention the legendary Abba, Mr. Ravindran. He has been the ultimate rock, not only for the Arangitam, but also for our whole lives. For example, waking up at 6 o'clock in the mornings, even though he would have slept reasonably late, but he would never fail to serve his famous upama and curry for breakfast.
With the signature hairdo and moustache, he's never a man that you just forget. Honestly, there are no words to describe what this man does for us, and probably more than we know of. He sacrificed many things just to put a smile on our faces and never forgets to crack a joke at the most inappropriate times. We love our Abba so much, and it takes a great man to pull an hour engagement together, but it takes a greater man to do it single-handedly.
We also have to thank today's amazing accompanying artist today, whose contribution towards his Arangitam has enabled it to reach another level. And for that, we can't thank you enough, not just for today, but also for your cooperation and patience during our very early rehearsals.
But we must give a special mention to Sri Kutralam Nagarajan sir for composing both my Padam and the Panjalingam and the arrangement of the Tilana, especially for tonight's show, which has been literally a unique experience. Oh, we'd also like to thank you for putting up with Abba's strange demands.
We'd like to thank the famous Vival uncle for conducting tonight's performance with his natural grace and uplifting tonight's program.
We would also like to thank our chief guest, Srimati Shomna Banachandra, for not only gracing this occasion with her presence, but also for being an inspiration for both of us. Having seen a few of her performances drove our ambitions further for our engagement.
Next, we cannot forget to thank our guest of honor, Yaso Auntie, for not only attending tonight's event, but also for her continuous support and never parting with us without making us cry with laughter.
I would also like to thank Amama, Keethana, Ranji Auntie and Raj Uncle for having flown all the way from Sri Lanka, particularly for tonight's event, and for all their help during the show.
We would also like to thank Maldi teachers' parents, Amama and Ammapa from Canada, who have been a tremendous support from cooking food for the whole artistic team to cracking jokes.
We would also like to express our thanks to Raj Uncle and Sri Uncle for stage management backstage, ensuring the whole program is running as smoothly as possible and making it an enjoyable day.
We also must show our great gratitude towards the famous S duo, Sambhavi and
Sahana,
for all of their help, literally responding to every one of our needs, whether it It is helping put our salangay on or wiping off our ridiculous amounts of sweat after each dance, providing us with drinks and countless other tasks, making us feel that we are in the safest hands possible, and making us feel as calm as possible throughout the show. So I cannot stress how grateful we are towards them.
During our Panjalingam, you would have noticed the beautiful lingam sculpture that was behind us. This was made by Shan Mama, and we thank him so much for designing and making it especially for tonight's show.
We'd also like to thank the Salangay Northern community for giving us support and giving us that extra bit of love.
We'd also like to thank London Sivan Temple for giving us a place to rehearse, and no matter what time it was, they would gladly let us dance.
We'd also like to thank Mrs. Geeta Jason for tonight's beautiful makeup and dressing, and Baira Diyanti for her help too.
For the puja, we'd like to thank Aya Devalogeswara Kurkal.
Plus also the South London Tamil School, who have been a huge support to this Arangetram, with giving us a base to learn about our culture and religion. It's been a great way to learn something new, and it is greatly appreciated that they have been such a big help, and their support today, especially during the interval, which was coordinated by Kohan Uncle, is much appreciated.
We'd like to give a big thanks to Rani Auntie, Jay Auntie, Kaursal Auntie, Susan Uncle, Raghu Uncle, and many more for general helping and giving us support.
Also, we would like to thank Dayan Uncle, who has been such a great help throughout this journey.
I would also like to thank Joe McNally, Pathan Uncle, and Raj Uncle for filming today's event.
Also, Zulf Uncle for photography, Shanti's Dance Paradise in Chennai for today's costumes.
We express our thanks to Susan Uncle and Bala Uncle for beautiful lighting design today. Also, Ravi Uncle and Kumaran Uncle for today's sound engineering.
I would also like to thank Ruby's Catering for tonight's delicious food and Vasan Printers for the invitations and brochures.
With the tradition of giving kakanda and potte, the girls that made that happen were a lucky us group, so we'd like to thank you greatly.
Also, for the beautiful bouquet arranging, we'd like to give credit to the Kulendran family, who took the job with open hands and amazed us so much that we suggested that they should do it full time, so thank you.
We would like to thank Monica from Math Studios for the magnificent stage design.
We must also give a special mention to Prasanna for delivering a beautiful welcome speech and making our rehearsals, let's just say, a lot livelier.
Also, we thank the Catford Theatre and their staff for providing us such a spectacular hall for us to perform at.
We'd like to thank all our family and friends, because without you, we wouldn't be the people that we are today, and we thank you greatly for that.
We are incredibly sorry if we've forgotten anyone, and even if we did, we are sorry from the bottom of our hearts, and thank you extremely.
And this whole event would not have been the same if it wasn't for you, the audience. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule and coming to this event, even though it's the day before school. Sorry if I reminded anyone. Thank you for gracing us with your presence and blessings, and hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.
There are some more gifts. First to young Prasanna Jayanayagan, who did the address of welcome early in the program. We call upon Prasanna to the stage. Minolini and Kayathri will make the presentation. Prasanna? There he comes.